SEC filed suit against us, saying that our sales of XRP represented sales of unregistered securities.
Are you caught up with all the recent news and new developments about Ripple and its case against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission? As of today, a lot of names and entities have been mentioned at least twice in the ongoing legal battle between Ripple and the SEC. Now, even American multinational financial services firm JP Morgan Chase & Co. appears to be adding to the chaos. If Ripple wins the SEC lawsuit and trading resumes on major cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase, XRP is poised for significant adoption. This was according to JP Morgan's North American Equity Research report published in 2021. This report put XRP in the spotlight, even stating the digital asset is poised for significant adoption. At the time, the price of XRP had fallen in recent days, along with the rest of the cryptocurrency market, but Ripple Labs worked continuously in signing new partners for its RippleNet network and on-demand liquidity service, thus spreading the use of XRP, especially in the cross-border payment space. The said JP Morgan report started by stating, XRP was engineered to facilitate transactions on Ripple's blockchain-based digital payment network. Benefits of the network include expedited payments and reduced transaction fees. The paper mentioned that while traditional money transfers, most commonly SWIFT transfers, are costly and can take up to 5 business days to complete, transactions using Ripple's XRP can be completed in as little as 3 to 5 seconds and transaction fees are just 0.0001 XRP. SWIFT transfers are more expensive due to the numerous intermediary banks involved that charge fees to both the sender and recipient. For context, the Ripple network includes more than 100 financial institutions, including Bank of America, Santander, and American Express. The JP Morgan document further explained XRP's unique value in comparison to stablecoins, using the words of Ripple's Senior Director of Global Operations, Emi Yokoshawa. The role of XRP as a bridge asset in international settlement is not competing with stablecoins, but on the contrary, it is complementary. XRP is not pegged to any underlying currency unlike stablecoins, which follow their underlying currency's volatility. Now, you all know that the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit is an inevitable topic of discussion for XRP. In light of that, JP Morgan points to the Howey test as the end goal and gives away the likelihood of a Ripple win. The Howey test says that an investment contract exists when these 4 conditions are met. Investment of money in a common enterprise with the expectation of profit to be derived from the effort of others. For the SEC to win the suit, all 4 points are met. If she determines that 1 or multiple points are not met, Ripple will win the suit. If the company is able to win the SEC lawsuit and trading resumes on major cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase, XRP is poised for significant adoption. With that, it seems that JP Morgan is kind of singing Ripple's praises, isn't it? But listen to this. Blockchain startup Ripple has been engaged in a long-going battle with the SEC. You all know that. However, the latest details show that there's a twist to the story, and banking giant JP Morgan has been a part of this development, albeit indirectly. Apparently, in August 2022, a member of the XRP community filed a Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, requesting details of the communication between the US SEC and banking giant JP Morgan involving XRP and Ripple Labs. Ashley Prosper, a member of the XRP community, has sought disclosure of the communication between the SEC and JP Morgan regarding Ripple Labs. Although the request has faced multiple delays, the current response letter states that the SEC has recently received the search results and is also reviewing them. The agency, however, noted that there are large numbers of records that require confidential treatment. The email to Ashley Prosper stated, "Based on our initial review of records, it appears that a large portion of the records will require that we engage in the CT substantiation process, which involves records for which confidential treatment was requested at the time of their submission. Engaging in this type of consultation will add approximately 60 days to the review time." So, what prompted Ashley to make this move? Ashley Prosper said that he filed the FOIA request stating that it was actually the communication between JP Morgan and the SEC that led to a lawsuit against Ripple Labs back in December 2020. A blog dubbed the Blue Sky blog discussed the CEO donations related to SEC enforcement. Citing the blog, Prosper wrote, "A very compelling read. Question: so how much does Jamie Dimon and JPM donate to the SEC? My next FOIA." He further stated that the lawsuit has harmed thousands of XRP token holders. It is worth noting that in 2019, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, through a tweet, said that the then newly announced digital asset from the United States banking giant JP Morgan Chase misses the point of cryptocurrency. At the time, JP Morgan Chase revealed its blockchain-powered JPM coin, saying the asset will initially be used to increase settlement efficiency in select operations. Directly following the announcement, Garlinghouse responded on Twitter, "As predicted, banks are changing their tune on crypto, but this JPM project misses the point. Introducing a closed network today is like launching AOL after Netscape's IPO. 2 years later, and bank coins still aren't the answer." Of course, that is not to say that JP Morgan did have anything to do with the SEC filing the case against Ripple. But Ashley Prosper, like several XRP community members, alleges that some private companies influenced the SEC's decision to go after Ripple in December 2020. Prosper filed the FOIA request because he believes the ongoing Ripple lawsuit started with communications between JP Morgan and the SEC. However, all efforts to have the SEC release the documents have yielded no positive results. In March, Prosper notified members of the XRP community that the SEC postponed the release of the document to the end of that month. However, that didn't happen as well. In light of this, Ashley Prosper disclosed that he had contacted FOIA advocates to take legal action against the SEC over its continued delay. According to him, the SEC's communications are of great public interest. Thus, the XRP Army member is demanding that the information be released without charge for the public to better understand how private companies can influence the SEC and its staff. However, since District Judge Annalisa Torres is yet to issue a verdict, the documents are protected under confidentiality. Reacting to the development, famous crypto influencer Digital Asset Investor said the JP Morgan emails might be bigger than Hinman's. The tweet said, "These emails may be bigger than the Hinman emails." Now that's a lot. You all know how controversial the unsealing of the Hinman papers had been. For those who don't know, Hinman's emails contain SEC internal communications that resulted in the 2018 controversial William Hinman speech, where the former SEC exec declared Ethereum and Bitcoin as non-securities. The regulators tried not to surrender the documents. However, after 18 months and 6 separate bench orders, the SEC handed the documents to Ripple last year. Just a few days ago, the Hinman papers were made available to the public. In light of this, the release of documents related to the Hinman speech added a fresh twist to the Ripple versus SEC fight over XRP's classification as a security. The Hinman speech in 2018, in which the SEC's Bill Hinman stated that Ethereum was not a security, was meant to be a smoking gun, but it's not clear that it is. In light of this, other disclosures may work against Ripple. There is also an SEC memo about an August 2018 meeting between Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, its CTO David Schwartz, and then SEC Chair Jay Clayton and Hinman. Garlinghouse states that Ripple is in purgatory around the uncertainty over whether XRP is a security. Clayton shut him down, saying it was not the proper forum for a discussion on the topic. And it was Clayton that initiated the SEC lawsuit just before he departed from office. There's a memo that redacted who wrote it and to whom it was addressed, which appears to be a Ripple lawyer providing advice. It gives an opinion that XRP is not a security, but its justification is optimistic on multiple counts. Hundreds of disclosures were released a few days ago when the Hinman papers were made public. That said, it is now known to all that in these papers, one set is from Ripple about its communications with crypto exchanges to get XRP listed. Obviously, that's unlikely to be in Ripple's favor. Meanwhile, Garlinghouse previously compared the SEC's stance on crypto to a drunken denial. Amidst these developments, XRP was one of the lone bright spots in a sea of red among cryptocurrencies a few days back, as many investors remain skittish after the recent lawsuits against Coinbase and Binance filed by the Securities and Exchange Commission. For now, it is all just a puddle of unclear waters. Even experts can't predict who will emerge victorious in the SEC versus Ripple case. Subscribe for more.